So, what we're going to do is, I guess maybe I'll just do a quick little overview on what Couleur Collection is. In October, we will have finished our 13th year. And what can I say? You know, it's so exciting to be able to create a business and create a business culture and to work with women that we love every single day. Our staff most of our staff has been here 7 or 8 years, and it's just, you know, that word family is really overused, but it's a very supportive group of women who help each other and cover for each other, and it's a lovely way to be in business. 14 years ago, I was out in California with a client who owned a very successful women's clothing store and had a passion for antiques. And she was trying to figure out how to do more with that idea. And I said, well, let's go out to the gift show and let's look around and let's see if we can figure out a logical way to merge antiques and fashion in a way that would make sense for the customer. And I'm a runner. And I was, has anybody been in San Francisco on Lombardi Street? Mm-hmm. The road that goes street? Like, yeah, the ziggles up the hill. Yep. And there are planters as you zig and zag, and they're pink, and then they're purple, and then they're yellow. They're organized by color. And so I started thinking about that while I was huffing and puffing. Well, what if you ever just sorted everything by color, not by the dress department or the blouse department or by the manufacturer, you know, all Eileen Fisher together. What if you sorted it by color? And I started thinking, well, you might see like a block of color, and if you did something solid, you could see the wall. And if you could see the wall, you could probably use the walls to display antiques or rugs or anything. So I come charging back, grab a cappuccino, and I'm like filled with this idea. My client was totally underwhelmed. Oh. I mean, just could not have been more bored with the idea. And I was like, so for some reason, I was excited about this. So I came home, and my husband said, why don't you do it? And I said, Bob, first of all, this was when the .com thing was happening. Mm-hmm. Nobody was putting money into bricks and mortar, anything. And I said, and besides, they'll want the house as collateral, right? And I said, no. He says, well, this is my husband. He goes, lean into it. He said, why don't you write a business plan, see if you're still excited about the idea. So, came back from California in February. In March, I wrote the business plan. On June 26th, the lease and the bank financing came together. June 27th, I went to New York, and October 2nd, 90 days later, we opened. And we were profitable from the first quarter. And our concept as a business was to target women over 40 with comfortable clothes in a very defined price range. 90% of our, since you're business women, I thought I'd sort of give you the business model. 90% of our SKUs retail from $40 to $120, with a handful of exceptions, like an Eileen Fisher, which we found we needed to have because customers wanted it. But overall, most of what we sell fits into that price range, and we're pretty religious about holding on to that. We also want to try to find, to the degree that we could, we hope to find as much as we could that was either made in the US and Canada, of course. You know, the major brands are made overseas, but to the degree that we could do that, we wanted to. To the degree that we could support local artists, either with our gallery or with our jewelry and with our scarves, we try to make sure that we're inclusive in that way, and people stop by all the time and are forever showing us things. And Nancy is very often here, and somebody comes in with jewelry, and she's often, you know, buying some things for the store that way. So that's sort of the concept. The color is strictly a visual database. It's easier for you to see it that way. And we've had a couple of unintended surprises. When men come shopping in the store at Christmas time, they go, oh, this isn't so bad. This isn't, it doesn't hurt. The other thing that I think has been really stunning is the number of women who, right from the first couple of weeks that we opened, that found their way here when they were doing battle with a health issue, because they would tell us that just being around the color made them feel better. We had no clue that that was going to be something that would happen. So that's kind of the Couleur Collection story. So what we're going to talk about tonight is how to make everything old look new again, and at the same time get the longest, leanest look that you can get with whatever you have to work with. How do you get, whether you're a size, actually there are people that walk around with this size called 0. I so don't get that. But anyway, or whether you're an extra large, whatever you're working with. We're going to talk about the principles are exactly the same. And Judy's been to the workshop, so here we are.
I learned some lessons from you last year.
I grabbed her. So what we're going to talk about is your body is a canvas. Does anybody paint or do any art? If you do, you know when you're doing a composition, you never split your canvas 50-50. That what you want to do is create some tension. So you're going to split it 60-40, 70-30, and the canvas that we're talking about is from her ear to her foot. And what she's done is, we're going to have you stand this way for a minute and stand this way. And what she's done to elongate it, she's done a tube of color. And I call a tube of color any color you want. Black, black, green, green, purple. Now this isn't the only way. It's the fastest way to get there. And it's an easy way to travel. So she's done a tube of color, black, and she's continued the line down to her shoe. And can I grab your shoe for a minute? She's actually got a really good shoe, and it's flat, and it has a low profile. And I'm gonna try. Can I grab your shoe for a minute? Now I have plenty of shoes just like this. And it's a really comfortable shoe. Yep. But do you see the difference in the toe? It's not a pointy toe. And do you see the difference in the thickness? When you're making the choice for comfort, you're running around doing everything that we all do all day. That's not the question. But if you're getting duded up, you want to look at a low profile shoe, because, well, let's just step back in, and you can see that her foot just blends right into the outfit. Now and she's broken her line. I'm going to have you stand up straight. At about, I'm going to say 60-40. And look how leggy she looks because of that. And the longer you create in the leg, the longer the illusion is about the long lead look. Now what I'm also going to ask you to do is here's another shoe that's a comfortable one, but it's just can you just step into these for a second? No, probably too big. All right? So it's still a low prof. Did she get a little longer? Yeah. It's not a stiletto. But you can see that if you want to get just a little longer leg length, because maybe your jacket isn't cutting you where your eye wants it to cut you now because you already have this other jacket. And the other thing that she's done is she's brought her eye up to here. But can I have your necklace for a second?
The pretty one.
All right, so I'm just going to show you. Can you take yours off for a minute? And I'm just going to grab this one. Are you in?
Careful. Yeah.
We're all going to be wearing each other.
And what just happened? What just happened?
Your eye goes right to the
It's a little stronger. The other one is terrific. But that's a little bit stronger, and she got a little bit longer. Now the one thing I want to do is I'm going to roll her sleeve up just a little bit. Okay? Push your sleeve up. And push your sleeve up.
No, I had unrolled the cuffs and
I'm going to give you, I'm just going to loan you my necklace. My bracelet. Okay, and I'm pushing the sleeves up. And do you notice how when you push the sleeves up, your eyes go up? Isn't that interesting? For those of us who had really long arms and could never get shirts long enough, we sort of think, actually you look thinner when you draw your eye up. So by pushing the sleeves up, she gets another inch or two. So what I like about this choice on what she's wearing, I'm going to take this off without breaking. Oh, I don't want to break it. Okay. All right, I don't want to break it. What I bid? Okay. Nancy, can I grab your pearls for a second? Okay. I'm going to put these pearls on her.
Oh, nice.
All right. And I'm going to ask you to step out of your shoes and put on a pair of sandals. Pick any one here that you want. Okay. So we're going to, and without your socks, if you can't. Do you have pantyhose or socks?
Oh, socks.
Okay, you want to take them off? Yeah. And just pick up any sandal.
Did you tell Judy you were going to do this to her today?
Just know none of you are safe.
So she wore all the right things.
Okay.
Oh, how about these? These are
Pick up any pair of sandals.
Oh, nice.
And can find me like
For heaven's sake, look.
the shorter one, like maybe the
Makes a
new
difference.
turquoise one that came in up front.
Yeah.
In a size large. And I'm going to take this jacket off. Okay. And get that little light one, that summery one. Yeah, I think that works great. Whatever
Love the
size.
color.
Okay.
Try that one.
Okay, and it's still short.
It's a little tight.
That's all right. They can get the gist of it. And
Gorgeous.
And what I'm going to do is pretend these are now crops, and I'm going to pin these up to about with these very high-end, elegant pins.
That match
Okay.
the jacket.
How you do it in the violin?
Duct tape. Clothespins and duct tape. And And what I'm liking is that with a few basic pieces, you can very easily take your wardrobe around the year. How does that look?
Gorgeous.
And the necklace.
Do you like the color?
Yes.
Okay. And
This is what I wish was in my closet tonight. I just
Okay.
It can be. It can be.
so what if she was going someplace and had a dinner, in the springtime she could take this jacket that she has and put it with a silk tank underneath it, right? It wouldn't be too hot. She could put it with a pair of pretty linen crops, okay? And if she had a different meeting, she could take the other jacket, or she could just actually, let's take this jacket off and grab a little scarf. And how's she doing now? Okay, so I'm going to let you sit down because tonight we're going to do something very different from what we've done before in our workshop. I'm just going to have Nancy come up for 1 minute because I want to demo on that. You can see Nancy's broken the surface 2/3, 1/3 instead of short the other way. So thank you. So what we're going to do, because we're going to get right at it, is the first thing I'm going to do is sort you by,
I was trapped.
I'm going to sort you by color. So this is what's going to happen. Our store just became your closet, okay? The entire store, everything on every jewelry display, every counter, every piece of accessories, every pair of shoes up here, okay? Anything that any of you are wearing is fair game for anybody else, okay? And while you're doing, I'm just going to demo one time how to make something to make the point, because what I'm going to ask you to do is completely change the look of what you're wearing. And I'm going to demo quickly how to do that. Can you bust me out of here?
No.
Let me give you this and this. Okay. And let me jump into this and this. And I'm wearing footless tights, not leggings. Okay. And maybe I'll take this off. And I'll go with something a little bit jazzier. I'll take my
You know,
black.
they don't have phone booths anymore, which is just, it's fun to travel with her, you know.
I'll do it this way. So I'm just going to, all right. So I've just gone from a more, I don't know, conservative jacket, fall with boots, and just changed it with leggings and a belt, okay? So I tried to go from one end to the other. What you're going to do, can you grab a pair of pants for me?
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
black pants?
Black? Here.
Yeah, any black pants. If you decide that you want to work with the jacket you're already wearing, you don't have, and you wanted black pants for some reason, you're not going to try on a pair. You're just going to do this. You're going to grab yourself some clothespins, and you're going to pin it on. Because we're not going to worry about finding, we're going to talk about the perfect fit of a pin when you all come back with your outfits. But right now, each one of you is going to take what you already have and change it into something. Demonstrate though is look what happens if you just get a slightly lighter shoe. Not that this is wrong, I'm just trying to demonstrate the length that you get. Okay, so if you have just a slightly lighter shoe, can I have yours for a second?
I don't think I'm going to get
So
any length.
it's not about heel height.
Right.
It's not about heel height. Now, what I like about what each of you have done, this she's actually opened up a little bit, and she gets that nice elongated V in the front. And this jacket works great with jeans over a dress. And what I love, turn around and look at the back. See how this creates this nice shape on both of them? On both of them, it creates this nice shape. And this is a jacket that you can wear, I think, other than the 2 hottest months of the year, but even at night over a tank top and a pair of black jeans in the summer at night, you can still wear it. And I love the choices that you made. This is terrific with navy, the green, navy,
I would wear this.
turquoise, you'd like, with dark jeans, right? It's also pretty with a teal blue, a deep, deep teal blue. So you can get a lot of mileage out of this. Now, their pants fit them perfectly. And the reason they fit them perfectly is if you take your pant and you go to the center crotch, and you put your hand on the crossbeam there, and then go up to the back. Do you see the shape? Do you see the shape? Okay, that's what a rise means. It's the shape of it. It's not whether it's I mean, in marketing they'll say something else, but what the rise is the shape of the curve and the length of the whole thing. And everybody has a different shape curve. So if you have a pair of pants at home that's your go-to pant, good days, bad days, thin days, bad hair days, good hair days, and the pant always looks good. I want you to study the pant. And I want you to look at it like this and say, does it look like this or does it look like that? So what she's done, oh, you guys really went for it. What she did was she got herself a black tube of color and she got a flowier, wider pant. Okay, it's a wider pant. Now with the wider pant, it really matters that it's a shorter, trimmer jacket. Because if you have a wide leg pant and a big straight jacket, you are now a giant rectangle. Now what happens with her, because she's got a short fitted, the waist goes in nicely, and then the pant will skim her body and flare out at the bottom and create movement. I want them to see what she wanted to do was she wanted a dress and she wanted a sandal. And what I like, the reason this is a good length for her, everybody has a different shaped leg. And if it hit right here, that would be at the widest part of her leg, which is also the widest part of my leg. So what you want to do is have your eye go where that comes back in. Okay, so can you see? That's hitting her where her leg, like any of us who, like I'm a runner, so I've got a hunk and muscle back there. So what you wanted to do is you wanted to hit at the trimmer part of your leg. So this is trimmer and this is trimmer. So that length with tights, and the longer length with tights and a boot is going to be good on her. Every fabric has a highlight and a low light. So I want you to squint and look at her jacket. And you see where the light hits and it's the lighter blue? And you see when you squint and it goes into the shadows and the darker blue? Now, see the lighter blue? Look at the lighter blue in there. Pretty close. So if the highlight or the low light in two different fabrics average out, your eye goes, bingo, fine. And that's exactly what happened there. And then she picked an earring to bring it up. And she could have put on some white pearls. She liked to break it up with this light, airy scarf. I think it's very pretty. I think I might have liked it. Let me just grab these long pearls. I think just because you're going springy, this starts feeling a little warmer to me, where I think this just kind of breaks it up a little bit. But you could go either way. You could literally go either way. So she found a tank that looks absolutely perfect underneath this. She split 2/3, 1/3. For fall, I think the boots look terrific. I also think, though, if she took the boots off and rolled the pants so it hit her at a crop and put on a sandal, she could put a really nice look together that way. But these Tencel shirts from a company made in California, Tianello, they wear and wear. We get them season after season and solid and patterns. And you can wear it in the fall, you can wear it in the spring. It's fabulous with a pair of white pants and a little tank top underneath, just a pair of sandals. It's just a great little summer look. And again, look at her face. Look at the color. Is that amazing? Look at her skin, how it glows. That's what color can do. And the same thing over here. And they both, what I like is, hers is probably 60-40. You're probably 45-55. But she's got these long legs, and your eye is starting way down there. So you get this long, leggy look. And I'm going to take this off for a minute. And I'm just going to bend this down and pretend that's not there. Because I wanted to talk about this. When you're filling in a necklace, I'm going fast because I just want to get everybody and have time to talk at the end. What you want your necklace to do is frame the space, whatever neckline you have. So in this neckline, it needs to be up here, or it needs to be way down here. But when it hits right where the shirt line is, it's not, it's just, your eye says, which is it? Your eye wants it more clear at. Now, the crop, if you were going to do a crop in the springtime, Are these socks? Can I try to knock them down? Sure. Okay. All right. Where you want the crop to do is to hit at the point before your leg widens out. Now she's got a pretty thin leg, so she's got a lot of room. She can go here. She can go here. Actually, I'm going to, can you lift your foot? Let's just take it off. Thank you. All right. So, that's all right. You must be high.
I am.
I thought I was watching. So you see, she can go here, she can go here, but the minute she gets to there, thank you very much. The line is a little more distracting there because it's at the widest part and you think that her leg is wide all the way up and down. It's a very small leg. On me, it's really clear. I can go here, but if I break it here, it just changes the formality of it. It becomes a much more casual, more about the muscle kind of look. What happens with the belt? Because there's a lot of belts around, and people is you want it to hit your hip bone, and then drop. And when you do that, what's it doing? It's elongating this. It's very different than this, right? So buy one a little bigger, maybe one that has a bunch of colors in it, and just let it casually drop down, and you get this elongated look. You like that?
I do like that. Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of people think big earrings are scary, but look what it does. Can you see?
Yeah,
What does it do? Brings your eye right up there, right?
it does.
In a very bold way. And this dress looks adorable on her. And I love, this is a great sweater.
It is.
It's a great sweater. I want to do this. I want to push it up a little bit. What's nice about this sweater is look at it from the side. When it gets shorter in the front and longer in the back, it automatically makes you leggier. Now she's done it with the beige skirt and the peach shoes. Is that not a cute summer look?
Oh yes, I was gonna put the white tank top.
Well, first of all, this way is great because in a funny way, with her, this belt treatment, would normally I would say don't do it, but with her little hips, that actually looks pretty cute there. She can get away with it. And I'm going to have you hold this. And with the blue sweater and the black underneath, this necklace hits in exactly the right place.
The tan brings out the necklace too.
But the tan ties in nicely with the necklace. And I love, this would, what we were just talking about, you'd want it to stop pretty close to where the jacket is. Or at least inside, it can stop up here a little bit because that makes your legs look a little longer. But this is just lovely on her. This crisscross line, and you'll see it on blouses, you'll see it, everywhere in knit tops. What it does when it crosses over like that is it accentuates the waist, creates a strong diagonal, and it makes everybody look taller and thinner.
So that has a built-in shell or no?
This one has a built-in shell.
Yeah.
Yep. What I think people should do before they go shopping, even coming back here, is that I would go home and I look at my closet and think hard about sorting it by color. Not by my blouses together, my pants together, my dresses together. All my white together, my black together, my blue together, my green together. And then what I want you to do is pick the tubes of color you already have. And it might be khaki pants and a beige top. It might be a black tank top. And put it on, see what you like. Is it the pant? Really pay attention to what's going on proportion-wise. And then walk by every sweater and jacket you already have. And when you have that tube of color on, go to the mirror and then put the jacket on and say, what do I need to make this jacket work? I wish I had a different shoe. I wish I had a belt, a colored belt. I wish I had a really great scarf with this. Then I want you to sort your scarves, if you have scarves and shawls sitting and you never wear them. See how lovely this looks on her. We didn't have time to do a scarf clinic, but if you come in, we'll do one for you. And then I want you to look at your shoes and say, what's missing? Do I need a pretty pair of low-heel, low-profile sandals that I can wear with every dress I already have? What I really need is, I'm fine for the summer, I need a really nice pair of boots that aren't too clunky but are super comfortable. And I want you to make a list. And look at what you have. If you haven't worn it in 3 years, and unless husband, boyfriend, mother, best friend gave it to you and it would be traumatic for your relationship, be generous. Give it to somebody who can use it. Create a space for what's really working for you. And then make a list and say, what I really need, I'm pretty good on pants, but I could use 3 good basic knit tops, navy, black, and beige. And that would make everything I have work. Or I've got all that, and this is the year I want to get some. I always wear a little classic gold jewelry. This year I'm going to go for it. I'm going to punch it up. I'm going to find a necklace like, where's yours? I hid it. Dodo. She'd take it.
And sell it.
And sell it. So I know we didn't cover everything. Did you have a good time?